Good gaming, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Magda. Today we're watching you play cEDH. It is highly important to sometimes make sure that we drop the player that wins down a peg. Also, this is gonna be a quick. Well, it's a quick game. The raw video is 28 minutes, so I'm presuming it's gonna be a super quick one. It's also a reminding of always ask if somebody knows how to close a game. So I don't remember in which order. So we're gonna have a bottom left RogThras, super fast turbo Gaia's Cradle deck, looking to get the Gaia's Cradle, expedition map, whatever, and then we'll abuse Thrasios to draw his deck. We're gonna have Atraxa. Atraxa won a turn 2 Atraxa the game just prior, so not rarely be a turbo deck, but that night was super quick. Usually mid-range. We'll cast Atraxa, we'll exile 10 cards, take one of each type, and then try to go and flicker Atraxa and stuff like that. Copy also a lot. Sisay is a tutor in the command zone, 5-color commander, 5-color good stuff that will go and get, most of the time it's going to be Marvin. There's also Agata Soul Cauldron that makes it, that Atraxa doesn't need Wooburg, but Atraxa can use colorless mana. And Magda is a I make 10 treasures and I win the game. Kind of super telegraphed gameplay. However, a lot of tools in her toolkit, and that is the name of the game, to try to get incidental treasures. There's a bunch of ways to get treasures, and when you've got 5, you cast Magda, get a Stax Beast, get a portal, get a surprise that push you ahead of the game. Red is really low on card advantage. However, Magda is one of the only monocolored commander that break top 10 of most successful deck in cEDH. She has a special places in a lot of players' art, mine of course, but she's doing well. Pre-games are called Mulligans of Dawn, Misty Rainforest for Rograk. We'll shortcut into something, get a Rograk on board. Chrome Mox exiling Malevolent Rumble. I have no idea what that does, but I heard that it was fine. And drop a Mystic Remora and passes. So politicking around the table, should we feed the fish or we do not feed the fish? Of course, he wants to feed the fish because he has a fish himself. We are all holding up on not feeding the fish. Sisay fetch for Taiga and drop a Ragavan. Treasure Vault into Universal Automaton. Great showing for turn 1 for Magda. Prismatic Vista for RogThras. Paid for the fish, went and got a forest and cast Thrasios, passes to Atraxa. That is a Windswept Eat. Halves of Deep Shadows. Ragavan swinging into Atraxa. We're saying, come on, let's go. Break his nose. Actually, in French, it's Pédia à gueule, but doesn't really translate well in English. Endurance on top. Not good. Sisay passes. 1 lander. 1-2, and Magda will use the automaton to swing into most probably Sisay because they're open. Makes a treasure. So my apologies if this video is not out on Sunday. We had 2 events back to back over the weekend. Yes, I know I should be at my... I should be diligent, do my stuff whenever I have the time, do it on the week and not wait last minute. Procrastination. Here's a broken mind I did. Sorry. Expedition map. Tries to pay for the fish, but fish is 4. Take back his island because he thought it was a fish. Will grab Ancient Tomb because he will be able to activate Expedition map before going to his turn. Still paying for the fish. At this point, I am believing that... I don't believe nothing. Ooh, Mox Diamond, dropping something, feeding the fish. 1 and 2. Ooh, Regavan going into Magda. Mana Vault. Motherfucker stealing Mana Vault. Says, I don't care. Let's feed the fish. The fish will counter each other. Mana Vault, dropping a Relic of Legend. Use Relic. Mana Vault. Mana Vault for Ether Vial. And then they fed the fish like crazy. Marvin being dropped. So Marvin is a nice copy of... Well, it's gonna steal all the abilities of other creatures. So if you drop a Bloom Tender, Marvin will tap for it also. Talongate, phasing out Marvin because I need to attack somewhere. Singing the song of the baby elephant. Boop, boop. Ooh, dropping a second dwarf, Adaptive Automaton. But Adaptive Automaton is also a Lord effect for the creature type you are mentioning, so I said dwarf. Wing into Sisay because she is open. Makes 2 extra treasure. Drops Bowmaster as a response. Why was it not Bowmaster when I casted Automaton? Gonna blow up Rograk. RogThras dropping Cradle. Delighted Alfling for Thrasios. 1, 2, 3, 4. Displaced Kitten. Takes the time to recast Rograk. Passes on to Atraxa. Ooh, dropping a Image. Phantasmal Image. Makes a copy of Orcish and pings Orcish. Casts Heuristic and passes. Regavan swinging at Magda again. That is a $16 dwarf. You didn't see it, but it is a Bloodfire dwarf. No, it's a Scorch. Yeah, it is the Bloodfire dwarf, if I remember correctly. Drops Sagita's Soul Cauldron. Doesn't pay for Heuristic. Gives a card to Atraxa. Goes to Magda. Now everybody is saying you should be actually dealing with him because I gave you cards. And everybody is watching each other and I'm like, yeah, sure. 1, 2, 3 for a Lifecraft Engine. So Lifecraft Engine is a Lord effect and also it's a vehicle. You need to say a creature type. I'm gonna say dwarf, of course. So all vehicles are dwarf. And also all vehicles are dwarf. It's a Lord effect. And yeah. Sisay, Legolas quick reflex on the Elves of Deep Shadows. Their thinking is, since I cast on Lifecraft Engine cast, he could tap for a mana and Legolas quick reflex will deal 1 damage to something. Tries to deal 1 damage to Magda, but Magda is, hey, I've got I've got the Automaton on the right. That's a Lord effect. So they are rolling back. RogThras showing up a Fierce Guardianship. Showing up a Fierce Guardianship with the Lifecraft. Of course, it's gonna slow me down, but could be worse. Goes to combat, swinging at RogThras. Alright, Atraxa? I don't remember. So I swing at, if I remember correctly, RogThras. And then I have the 2, I can make treasure. I got triggers to make 2 treasures. Now they're discussing, can I do something? Can I block it? Can I do whatever? I said, yes you can. You can try to kill it. It says, no, I can only block it and kill her. I said, well, before block, I will actually activate Magda. So at that point, with an artifact dwarf and a another artifact with an artifact dwarf, I can go get Clock of Omen. I will tap Clock of Omen and the artifact dwarf to try to untap the adaptive automaton. While tapping the adaptive automaton, I will make a treasure. So right after, what I can do is I'm gonna grab the treasure and the adaptive automaton. So as you see, I tap these two, trying to untap adaptive automaton. I make a treasure. Untap the automaton, tap the automaton and the treasure to untap the automaton. I will make a untapped treasure, and if I do that, I can make infinite tapped treasure. So the name of the game is, you see Atraxa scooping, and I said, hey, cool, Atraxa is scooping. So the first search I do is Roaming Throne. So now I have got infinite tapped and infinite untapped. And the Sisay player says, okay, so what's your kill line? And I'm like, kill line? I don't remember. How do I kill people? So I've been digging around for about, I'm not gonna show you, but I've been digging for about 5 or 6 minutes trying to remember what is my kill line. Because I used to use Legion Extruder. So Barkform Harvester will allow me to swing a card from my graveyard to my library. I will use the Wandering and Scalding Steel. So I'll bring Wandering, tap to draw a card. I'll draw a card. I'll draw a card. Then I'll go get Scalding Steel, make a copy of the Wandering, kill the original, tap the Scalding Steel to draw a card. And I'll do that until I get a Lightning Bolt. When I get the Lightning Bolt, I will cast it, paying 3 on the Orcish Bowmaster so that I don't die. But of course, I could have just went for Twin Shot Sniper, kill the Orcish Bowmaster. So I'll cast the Lightning Bolt, put it in my graveyard, use Barkform Harvester to put it back into my library, and then I'll use that Scalding Steel and Wandering Shuffle, bringing Scalding Steel back into my library, bringing back Scalding Steel, copying the Wandering, killing the Wandering, drawing a card with Scalding Steel, putting the Wandering back in library, bringing the Wandering back. And doing that, I'll be able to recycle the burn spell, and however burn spell I catch, I grab, I can just swing back and ping back over and over again. Thank you everyone. This is going to be a short one. I'm not sure how good the editing will be. Like I'm saying, kind of short between 2 tournaments. I need to review this deck and be ready for tomorrow. And thank you everyone. If you learned anything, please leave a comment below. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for everyone to be supporting this community. We've been doing it for a year and a half. 230 subscriber. So little but so cherished in my heart. Thank you very much everyone. And please like and subscribe. And of course, I'll see you guys next game.